Well, this is unexpected. Hello everyone, this is LW Gaming and welcome back for a new installment of Future Langrisser. And today is September 23rd, 2024. So yeah, I do not expect myself to record this video already, even though I thought it's gonna be like after 4 weeks of each update, but for some reason the Zealand decided to release this 1 week earlier than anticipated. I'm kind of feeling something has to do with the like a leap year or whatever it is. Like I don't know some kind of holiday in China. But anyways, they decided to release this early or for some reason. So anyways, let's get around to what they are. Two new heroes from Tollivar storyline are arriving to Australia. So we'll be expecting two new characters arriving in the game. One of them you probably already know by now, which is the green hair girl. We're gonna talk about that soon. So let's see who they are. First off, there's no Norin and Saffrine. So Norin is part of Legion of Glory, Strategic Masters, and Meteor Strike, and her class is Infantry and Aquatic, and her role is physical DPS. The common skill she comes with is Air Slash and Flash. I think that's how you call it, like the one that that Ring has, like one of those single target skills, and also Kirikaze. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Like she's gonna be kind of like an assassin like character, but she's not really an assassin. Just to let you know. Next up, we got Saffron. We'll talk about Nonoran when she comes global, of course. And then next up, we got Saffron. Saffron is kind of unique, like unlike most of the heroes. So she's kind of like a Bright Summoner or Enya in some ways. So, anyways, her factions: Origins of Light, Mythical Realm, and Tensei. And her class is both a mage and holy, depending on who you want to choose. And her role is magical DPS. And also, what's interesting is that most characters that we have now have like a default of 4 long range attack range. Well, for Saffrine, she has 5 blocks range. Like what in the world? I mean, of course, via talent, of course. So like the more stacks I believe she gets, the longer the range is, like up to 3 extra. So like with her default with 2 range plus the 3, it's five in total. And also, what's interesting is that after ending action, she summons a spirit with 100% of her own stats and skills. Like I think it copies like everything that Saffron has. So yeah, she's kind of like unicorns that Bright Summoner has used for herself, but the unicorn themselves only carry their own skills, unlike Saffron, which copies all her skills. So yeah, we'll talk more about Saffron when they're going to global at some point in the future, which I think is like 5 or 6 months from now. So, anyways, let's move forward to what's new on the casting pattern skills. So this time around, we got 4 new casting pattern skills like all the time. First off, we got Pure Test. Attack plus 10%. When Pure Test acts again, all buff durations on her will not lose their turn count, and gains a 1 turn buff that refreshes an active skills cooldown if the skill gets a kill. So Pure Test, I will say she is interesting, but with this casting pattern, I could see her be of some use in some PvE content. But do you think it will be as broken as like in PvP? I highly doubt that. Like honestly, have you seen anyone running an SR character in Apex? Although I'm not saying that every SR is terrible, but it's just that you're better off with an SSR character because their stats are higher. And yeah, even though this is just a mediocre character, but you can make use of her in PvP if you like. But here's the thing. Yeah, like I said earlier, you would want to run an SSR rather than an SR, but you use whoever you think it works. That the decision is yours. So, anyways, next up is Rosen Seal, and I've initially in it, Rosen Seal has not fell out of Apex at any point in the Apex scene. So getting her casting right now is a bit interesting because this one increases her usage even more. So her in increased by 10%, and crystal healing lasts 1 more turn. So this goes to any skill that allows her to apply those crystal healing. And now they will last one more turn, which allows you to keep their healing all the time, which is pretty nice. And also, the crystal healing buff applied by Crystal Ward skill cannot be dispelled. So Crystal Ward is a 3C, by the way. So yeah, if you apply Crystal Ward on on everyone around you, those crystal healing buffs do not cannot be dispelled whatsoever. So if your opponent tries to dispel them, well, they can't anymore, which is pretty funny. So what I believe Rosensteel is going to be really good out there. Well, she's already good, so of course that is going to be a huge improvement for Rosensteel. So yeah, Rosensteel is not going to leave anytime soon in Apex. Next up, we got Werner Dime. Werner Dime is one of those characters that's like the one that involves like mobility. Well, he's getting a buff here. Attack plus 5%. After using maneuver shift skill, Werner Dime can act again. Can only trigger once per round. So this alone is actually good. Good for him. Because now he not only he buffs allies mobility, he can also be used as an offensive tool as well. So yeah, think if you use him quite often, then you'll be happy about this. And finally, we got Polly or Polyol. Anyways, Polyol has fell off of Apex because of sometimes she doesn't work too well in the current meta. But however, with this one, this will bring her back. So skill damage plus 10%. When using a skill, the skill cooldown is reduced by 1 turn per enemy hit, up to 3 turns reduction. So yeah, with this casting pattern alone, Polly could in fact come back because AoE rush has been like underwhelming as a current meta, but with this casting pattern, I could imagine Polly is gonna come back because of the fact that her skills get reduced depending on how many enemies you hit with it. So effectively AoE skills, but fun fact, this casting pattern also applies to her single target skills. So yeah, so yeah, basically you can get those skills relatively quickly, even if it's single target. So pretty nice. And honestly, for Polly, I think the best usage out of her is of course AOE, but single target if you have to, if you had no other choice. And next up, we got the new exclusive equipment for this patch. This patch gets a Tarantel's new armor gear, and his armor increases his HP by 10% before entering combat with an enemy with Seal of Supremacy. Dispels one random buff from the opponent and restores HP equal to 30% of damage dealt after combat. If an enemy with Seal of Supremacy dies, Tarantel can select 2 targets the next time he uses Seal of Supremacy. Cannot be dispelled and cannot be immunized. So this armor is pretty strong, not gonna lie. So yeah, as when you're battling someone with a Seal Supremacy, one of their buffs will get dispelled, which is pretty nice. And also restores HP equal to 30% after battle, like equal to 30% of the damage dealt, which is good for Tarantel because he really needs this armor. That's for sure. And also, if you're able to kill the enemy with Seal Supremacy, the next time he activates his Seal Supremacy, he's gonna be able to target 2 people at once, kind of like Kruger in some ways. But this is the 2 seals, so that means you'll be able to like force the enemy to like not able to attack first, or neutralize it, or just make them go last. So yeah, this armor is pretty good. So do you want to get it? Yes, I would definitely say yes because this armor is really good. Like especially if you're a Tyrantell player. Like honestly, Tyrantell is pretty good out there in Apex now. So yeah, giving him this armor is like, wow, that is just mental. But of course, this is well needed because Tyrantell isn't always the best out there. So this armor should be able to help out a bit more. And also, before we close off this episode, there's something we need to talk about regarding banners. So, on the verge of like researching those banners, I wasn't sure if those banners are actually true, but checking with the other sources and Discord servers, seems like these ones are much much confirmed. So let's talk about what they are. So remember in the past we've been wondering when is Sovereign the Ice Abyss coming back, right? We thought initially that would be on Enya's update, but for some reason she did not appear on that update. But we finally got our answer. The answer is she is coming back in this update. And along that, there are three rated banners featuring Celica and Goon, Grenchill and Tyrantel, and Ishin and Christiane. These three are separate, by the way. Those ones in pairs are separate. So yep, you don't have to worry whether if you want to choose them or not. But no, they're all on their own banners. So don't worry. The reason why I did this is so that way it reduce the clutter on the text. And also there's a Strategic Master Destiny banner for Emperor Lovina, Sagani, and Lemia. Classic Destiny banner for Elwyn, Leon, and Bernhardt, and some other recurring banners. So previously about the Future Langrisser's CN update, initially there was supposed to be a Tensei banner, but for some reason it did not go live at that update, which is kind of strange. But it looks like it's confirmed to be in this update. So, but however, they split the Tensei banner recurring into two parts, featuring like one half of it and the other half of it separately in separate weeks. So the first recurring banners wave is going to be Langrisser 1, 2, and 3, Langrisser Mobile 1 and Mobile 2. Tensei Part 1 will be on the second week or whatever it is. And then Langrisser 4 and 5. And then Tensei Part 2 will be on the second week of the recurring banner slot lineup. So anyways, that's it for this installment. Hope you all find this video informative, and I'll see you all next time. And I apologize that I didn't notice this installment should be out by now. So anyways, good days to everyone.